What type of simulation are we living in where this is even possible? As you can see, mental health is deteriorating rapidly around here. Now, this man is eventually going to end up getting himself killed. And people are going to say things like, oh, he was mentally disturbed, or um, he was on drugs, some bullshit like that. When obviously he has sense enough to be walking around swinging at people. You know, this is the mental health issues that we deal with. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. And it's really not funny for real. At the end of the day, if a motherfucker did something to a dude, you couldn't even be mad. You really couldn't, because this is absolutely unacceptable. But I do notice one thing. He has sense enough not to be walking around the hood doing this shit. He doing this shit downtown Chicago. Because I guarantee you he got sense enough to know that if he tries some shit like this in the hood, motherfucker gonna smoke quick. Straight up. It be stuff like this where you say to yourself, what's going on? Like, what is the purpose? Why? Motherfucker, for what? What are you getting out of this? What clicked in your mind to make you want to walk around swinging at people? Real talk. Innocent people. Go swing at somebody who want that smoke. And I'm getting to the point to where I don't like really care about motherfucker not being mentally unstable, because if you're not mentally unstable, you know you're not mentally, if you're not mentally stable and you know you're not, go get you some goddamn help. Real talk. Because if you do something to a motherfucker, they family ain't gonna care, or they ain't gonna care about whether you were mentally stable or not. That's not an excuse no more. Real talk. In other news, Durk is allegedly in solitary confinement because he got caught with a cell phone in the joint. I guess he ain't in the joint. He ain't been convicted or nothing, so he definitely ain't in the joint. He's in a holding facility. And according to Loose Cannon, he's in solitary confinement because he got caught with a phone. Now, if you've ever been locked up, you know that this is normal. This is something that's normal. I don't necessarily know how the Fed holding facilities work, but I do know that a lot of federal holding facilities are nothing but like counties. Yeah, they be like counties where the counties basically get paid to house people. So I'm not sure if he's in a actual federal holding facility or if he's just in the county. Either way, having phones or access to phones like cell phones are absolutely, like, that's a big violation right there. And I don't think that Durk was gonna get a bond. anyway. But if this is true, he'll definitely not get a bond, because they trying to paint this picture of him already of being this big time boss and guy that pays people to do hits, and him having a cell phone doesn't help that, because they can say, well, he's orchestrating things through that cell phone while he's locked up. You see what I'm saying? And like when you locked up, having cell phones is it's a horrible thing, because if people find out you got a cell phone, and I mean, when I say people, I mean inmates, they find out you got a cell phone, they telling on you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They telling on you. They don't got a cell phone. So, they found out you get special privileges, they telling on you. That's how jail work. So when you do things like that, you don't want nobody to know about it. Real talk. Which is impossible, because you got to get it through somebody. So, yeah, they say Durk is in solitary confinement. I don't know what the penalty is in the establishment that he's at, but I do know that if this is true, it definitely doesn't look good for him as far as him trying to get a bond. We do have some good news though. This weekend, only 9 people were shot in Chicago, and only 4 people were killed. Now, I know you may be looking at me like, damn, how's that good news? Well, usually it's always worse than that. They probably just, everybody just getting their last little shots in and their last little bodies in before winter break. Niggas finna go into hibernation. But, like I said, that's definitely a good thing. Only 4 people lost their life. Age range from 18 to 39. Chicago is a violent city where things are just, gonna happen regardless. So the fact that only 4 people were killed is a great thing. Real talk. And y'all do what y'all can, man, to, keep on striving for peace and keep up the good work. Real talk. Now, next week, we don't want to hear 60 people got shot and 20 people died on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. So we'll see what happens with that, man. It's your boy SNTV. I'm out.